Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. I've made this video for two reasons. The first is to thank everybody for the recent support for the channel as it's begun to grow certainly over this last 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm really pleased that that people are getting something from me sharing my experiences over this, well, almost 2 years now since I've been making these videos. It will be 2 years in January. There's 165 on the channel now. Please subscribe, please like, please share them if you think they'll help other people, because it just helps more people to see them. And really the whole point behind all of this is really to share what I've learned over the past just nearly 2.5 years of my sobriety now, after a 35-year addiction to alcohol and opiates. And if it helps anybody out there, any of you out there in any way at all, that's really delights me and makes it all worthwhile. So please, as I say, subscribe and like and keep watching the videos. You'll find on the channel over 165 videos now that cover almost every subject. And the second reason I've made this today is really just again to spur all of you on that are struggling out there, because Christmas is coming up, and it was a Christmas 3 years ago that really spurred me to get sober and to save my life and to save all the important relationships in my life and with my children, wife, friends, etc. And it's been certainly the best thing. You know, I'm 58 years old now, and it's been the greatest, the hardest, but the best thing I've ever done in my life. And I've accomplished a fair bit in my life, you know, but this certainly has been the thing that has been the best and that I'm proudest of. And I just want to share the experiences in this channel with you. Addictions are, you know, I can go through the cycle of addiction with you, and it's very clinical. And I think half the problem is, you know, understanding about addiction really is important. And the cycle of addiction always starts, I think, with pain somewhere: emotional, physical pain, a feeling of restlessness, a feeling of discontentedness, something's not right in your life, depression, unhappiness, you know. And then it starts obsessive thinking and compulsive behaviors. And addiction can cover so many. It's not just drugs and alcohol, as all of you know out there. It can be anything from sex to food to, you know, to online behavior, to whatever, you know, compulsive behaviors that temporarily relieve those symptoms of pain and anxiety and depression and restlessness and discontentedness, whatever you want to call it. And that internal frustration that you need to release always then leads on to fantasizing about how you relieve them, obsession, and eventually to an abuse of some sort of substance abuse, whether that be drugs or alcohol or sex or whatever it is that temporarily relieves those symptoms. That's where you'll go, and then you'll lose control. Eventually, that's inevitable. You lose control and you form a tolerance to those substances. You then get withdrawal symptoms, and then it becomes an absolute obsession again to find and use, and you'll get physical cravings, emotional obsession, and regardless of any consequences at all to your life, to your relationships, to yourself, you will find that substance and get it, and you will sell your soul to get it. And all of you probably recognize those behaviors. And when you've done that, you'll then find that guilt, regret, shame, self-hatred, the self-abuse you've caused yourself, which probably makes you stop for a little bit or think about stopping. But then the obsession and the compulsion and the cravings and the withdrawal becomes too much, and you use again. And even though you've made promises to yourself, regardless of all the consequences, you will go back to the top of the cycle again, and the pain will return, the emotional, physical pain or whatever it is will return, and the whole cycle will begin again and keep going and going and going. It's an insanity. As Einstein once said, you know, the definition of insanity is repeating the same behavior over and over again and expecting different results. Because the thing is with addiction, the results are always the same and they will always lead to the same thing, you know, and it'll just get worse and worse and worse. So this channel will help you from the beginning of it, because it's all about what I learned from it, you know, and I have learned and I'm still learning along the way about every aspect of addiction, because that's probably become an obsession for me now, self-improvement and finding, you know, finding new ways to better myself and become the best version of myself I can be. So you need to think about breaking this cycle now. Because now's the time, you know, before Christmas gets here, you know, you've got time now. You need to contemplate, you need to prepare, you need to take action and find this new lifestyle, this wonderful lifestyle that waits the other side of it. And change is hard, it's painful. But today's pain is tomorrow's strength. You know, it's an old cliche, but it's very, very true. Because the pain that you will feel with change and the pain that you will feel today will become the strength that you have tomorrow, and that becomes like a bit of a snowball as well, as you get stronger and stronger and stronger, you know, as time marches on. So please, again, thank you for supporting the channel, but use the videos in it to, if they can help you in any way, then I'm delighted. Make the change today. Because, you know, life is short and there is only one end to the addiction cycle if you don't take action and you don't change, and that is death, and a very painful, slow, uncomfortable death, and probably on your own, because you'll have lost everything that's important to you, your family, your friends, as I almost did. Now, if I can do it at 56 years old, after countless times of trying, this recipe and this channel has worked for me, and it will work for you. I promise you that. So please make the change today. Carpe Diem. Seize the day. That's the motto of this channel. Carpe Diem. Enjoy your life and find a new life, because there is one at the other side of all this. However dark it may seem, and however impossible it may seem at the moment, it is possible. I promise you, it is possible. Much love to you all. Thank you.